Please welcome Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Boys!
What's up, boys?
Yeah, we're rebels. We're just getting wasted and
Most people don't realize that it wasn't Matt Stone and Trey Parker's intention to let Butters be a main character in South Park.
And I actually remember the idea, actually a couple weeks before this, the idea was we were going to kill Kyle, remember? Because we were going to make it a big thing and like, we'll kill Kyle and Butters will step in. Because we were really, this is around the time we were really starting to like Butters as a character. He just seemed, you know, it always seemed to us that like Kyle and Stan were really similar, and that's only because Matt and I are pretty similar. So it's like, it was like, let's kill off one of those two. Let's kill off Kyle. And since Matt does Kyle's voice, and we'll bring in Butters and have him be the other kid. But then the more we thought about it, we're like, no. And that's where the whole idea stemmed for, let's kill Kenny for good.
Right.
Because he's really just a prop anyway, and never gets to say, and we have to kill him every episode.
And what even less people know is that Butters is actually based on a real person.
He's such a great character. Let's just do a whole show about him.
And I think we said this before when we introduced Butters, but he's based on Eric,
Yeah.
our animation director.
Eric Stow.
Who we call Butters.
He is Butters.
Because he's Mr. Buddy.
Yeah. And he still basically does this stuff.
And it basically
He
sounds like
jumps in
this when he
puddles
talks.
and yeah.
There's something, Eric has a real Arrested Development thing going on. He's just, there's part of him that will never be older than 11 years old.
Right. But take him to Thailand and he's just a crazy little ass fucker.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Kidding, Butters. Jeez.
Just kidding, Butters.
I am not.
No, I don't do that.
I don't fucking eat ass either.
So I always thought that Butters was just some random, quirky, sweet background kid. But he's actually based on a guy who's been in the South Park office since day one. And Matt and Trey don't try to keep that a secret.
Is there a basis for the Leopold Butters Stotch character?
Actually, yes, he's here today. Yep. He's the animation director of South Park, Eric Stow. Right. And it was always Matt making fun of him that sort of, and we started calling him, he's our buddy, he's our little buddy, he's our Butters, who's my Butters? And then he became Butters, and we're like, we're going to put you in the show, Butters.
Yeah, and he's like, well, you better not, I'll get awful mad.
He's here, he's sitting, he's here. He's still trapped out on the
real
Butters
is here. Oh, that's phenomenal. Yeah. I had no idea.
This is Eric, the director of animation for all 13 seasons of the show. But he's also known as Butters.
Is it true I've heard that you were the inspiration for Butters?
Yeah. Hey, fellas! I'm glad you called me.
Trey, like, whenever he writes, he recalls on, you know, things that are in his life. And he's picking on me by basing Butters on me.
But I thought we were really getting along great. Yes, well, we weren't.
And I asked Eric if he ever talked like that or if that was based on it.
Yeah, and he said, no, I never talk like that.
Butters technically shows up even earlier, back in the movie Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. He's on screen but unnamed, with Trey literally doing a voice impression of Eric.
Movie? I said, who wants to me? Ooh.
Because we had the kid. We had that kid that looked like that. We just hadn't named him Butters yet, I don't think. Right?
Yeah, you started doing Butters when we did that 3-part episode where it was cat orgy.
Right,
yeah,
right.
That was the first time Butters.
That was the first time I read Butters and was like, oh fuck, okay.
Because Butters, this Butters, Eric Stow, was the Butters before we had a South Park character named Butters. We called him Butters. We call our animation director, now producer, Butters.
And there's Anna Wolovic. Anna Wolovic. She was.
Oh, yeah, that's Anna.
Yeah, she was our lead technical director.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's she doing now?
She lives in New York City.
She lives in New York City. She just came through town last week.
I thought maybe she was a producer or something.
No.
If you stick around long enough around here, we'll make you a producer. We won't know who you are.
Does Butters not say anything in this whole movie?
Butters not even in the movie. Oh.
I don't think you ever even did that voice until the episode after
I think
this movie.
No. I think I started doing that voice when we were doing the movie, but we never really assigned it to the character. I remember
Matt did the voice to Eric Stow, like making fun of the way Eric. Because go ahead and talk, Eric. You talk just like him.
Which I don't. But originally, Matt would
which
talk.
I don't, but I try.
Okay, that's not me.
That sounds exactly like it. Which one is which?
Yeah, I couldn't tell who was who there.
But
I don't tell you
I
that.
think didn't you call an ex-girlfriend like Buddy and Butters, and then all of a sudden you broke up with her, and then
I
all
call
of a sudden,
you Buddy and Butters.
And all of a sudden
that
I started
ex-girlfriend.
becoming called Butters.
So yeah, he starts as a background gag, gets his voice ripped straight from their buddy, and somehow ends up one of the main kids, which, by the way, only happened because Kenny kept dying. Those good old early seasons where Kenny dies every 5 minutes.
Butters as a character. Because what had happened is the season before this, we sort of thought we were killing off Kenny for good. We had him die in an episode and said, that's it. And then we ended the last season with Butters' very own episode where he kind of just a special with him. And then we decided, let's make Butters from now on the fourth kid. So now it's Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Butters. And so it lasted a good season of doing that, and it was actually really good.
Just like that, he's hanging with Stan, Kyle, and Cartman every week. And yeah, that gave him way more screen time. But Butters didn't just join the main crew. Parker and Stone had to create a character the entire show simply wouldn't be the same without.
I really like this show too, actually. This was a very last minute idea. It was the last show of the run. And we had sort of talked about what had happened because, we never do. We hadn't really thought it out before we did it. We just kind of did it, and we realized so we killed off Kenny, and we kind of brought Butters in, and we've been doing all these shows where Butters is trying to work his way into the group, and we're like, and he's great. We really developed him as a character, but wouldn't it be funny if the boys basically didn't accept him, and he sort of got fired as their friend, and the boys were gonna find a new kid, because the idea was, let's just keep doing the show where we fill in Kenny's place with a new kid every run, basically, because this was the last show of the run, and so that sort of gave birth to this whole idea of what would Butters do if he was then fired, and brought out Butters' dark side, which is Professor Chaos.
Professor Chaos, bringer of destruction and doom.
And that's why they created his alter ego, Professor Chaos.
Prepare, little town. Prepare for the greatest supervillain you have ever seen, Professor Chaos!
But really, his biggest enemy was never the world or whatever. It was Cartman. And Matt and Trey have said it over and over. Cartman and Butters. You always know it's gonna be good. And what better episode shows that dynamic better than Casa Bonita? Cartman literally tricks Butters into hiding underground just so he can steal a birthday invite. Only works because Butters is that trusting.
Here we go! Butters is down here! Oh God! Oh Jesus! Alright, we should be safe in here. There's dried food and water to last us for weeks. But what about everyone else? I have to tell my parents so they can come here too! No, Butters! I can't let you risk it. I'll go up and get the others. Are you sure? I'm not sure of anything anymore. Now, Butters, listen! No matter what happens, no matter what you hear, do not come out. If I don't make it back in time with the others, then it will be up to you to repopulate the Earth. But I'm the only one down here. What am I supposed to repopulate with? Well, with your wiener.
I just had the idea of having Cartman want to fool Butters, and we had this idea for a long time where it was like, I wanted Cartman to do the thing with the telescope where he makes Butters think an asteroid is coming towards Earth, and he just holds up the little rock, and it gets him down into a bomb shelter. And I sat there going, but we just got to figure out why would he want Butters down in a bomb shelter? And then it was on a Thursday as usual, and we're like, well, what if there's a birthday party and Cartman gets to go if Butters can't go and all that, and it all sort of came from that.
And then there's AWESOM-O. Cartman pretends to be a cardboard robot so he can move into Butters' house and trick him into revealing an embarrassing secret, not realizing that Butters is secretly holding an embarrassing video of Cartman instead.
This is AWESOM-O, another one of our favorite episodes, actually. This was part of our triple slam we did in this, between You Got F'd in the A, AWESOM-O, and the Jeffersons. We were pretty stoked on those episodes. We really hit a groove. But I remember AWESOM-O, the whole idea of Cartman being a robot and all this stuff was something we came up on the writer's retreat, and we started writing some of it actually before the season started, so we'd have some time off. And then one of our friends named Dave decided to get married during our little 3-day break, which is all we get during our whole run. And so we had to rush down to Hawaii for his wedding and then rush back and finish this episode. So that was kind of tough.
Matt and Trey basically said it themselves. Put Cartman next to Butters and the script writes itself. Butters is so naive. Cartman is so evil. It just works. Whenever Matt and Trey want a reset, something simple, dumb, and hilarious, they go straight to Butters.
So Butters' Bottom Bitch was what we like to call a recovery episode.
because Dead Celebrities was so fucking hard on us that this just kind of seemed like a pretty easy thing to do. Like, Butters being a pimp, that sounds pretty easy. Let's do that.
Sounds like it could be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, I don't know how we started talking about American Pimp, or I can't remember how this idea came up. But we love American Pimp. I love that movie. Yeah. Or anything about pimps that fascinates me. Just and I think it was the idea that the kissing, the girl with little kissing business, and it was funny to us that you could organically and naturally present, like, start a little kid story that.
We see Trey and Matt cracking up over it. Butters is the perfect mix of innocent and ridiculous. Put him in any insane situation, and it's comedy gold.
What you doing, bitch? Just giving kisses to Stan for free? You should be making some money. Stan? Butters, seriously, if you don't stop this, I'll kick your ass. Clyde, here's $100. If Stan comes near me, punch him. Wow, wait. Dude, we've created a monster.
I guess Butters is, from all the South Park characters, the least suitable for being a pimp. And that's exactly why Matt and Trey picked him.
Why didn't you do your hair purple for me tonight?
Because it's all about rebels. That's rebel. Purple's rebellion.
Right on, yeah.
And even when the episode isn't about him, Matt and Trey can't resist throwing in the inside joke. Eric's staff is Butters. They say it in commentaries, interviews, whatever.
And we were making little Kyles or something. What's the colors you can't see that Eric is
greens
fucking color
and
reds,
grays?
Right?
No, I'm okay with reds. Yeah, I'm alright with it. It's like greens and grays.
Greens and grays, you can't tell the difference between some greens and blues that are obviously different colors.
I think you started noticing when Cartman's hat started changing blue colors.
I think if you've seen the South Park movie, you'll notice it. Look at this thing.
You know what, though? You guys were there for the color correct of this DVD.
Yeah, we were all there.
And it was the
we were there for every shot. It's not like we tried to pawn it off on Eric. Well, if everyone has liked this experiment, we could bring in other people.
Yeah, let's go bring in other people. Let's get Butters out of here.
Well, I'm not done yet.
No,
Wait a
you're
second.
done.
Because I remember we had to go into the theater, and you guys want to go to the theater. Don't cut.
It's like their favorite hidden joke throughout South Park. The show gets bigger and bigger, they win awards, and still Trey's like, yeah, Butters is just Eric. Poor guy's never living it down. Matt and Trey have said that Butters represents what childhood should be. Curious, trusting, excited about everything. The fact that he survives in the South Park universe is both hilarious and kind of inspiring. Plus, let's be real, half the show's best episodes are just, what if we put this innocent kid in the worst possible situation? It's a formula that never gets old. A nobody background kid who became the fourth friend, then a supervillain, then the star of his own absurd episodes. And through it all, he's still just Eric's stuff, getting roasted in commentary tracks while professionally animating his own suffering. That's what makes him one of the best, most personal creations in South Park. He's part of the family that makes the show. So tell me, which of these clips surprised you the most? The real-life inspiration? The fact that Eric has to animate his own pain? Or just how often Stone and Parker dunk on their animation director? If you like hearing the South Park creators talk about all kinds of stuff, feel free to subscribe.
Who's the boy that can laugh at a storm cloud, turn a frown into a smile for free? Who's the kid with a heart full of magic? Everyone knows it's Butters.